Yeah, that was the most awkward rolling ever. That's funny, actually.
Yeah. Her name is Olivia. Hold up. Okay. I knew hey.
All right.
Donnie,
Anybody else after the
Donnie.
riverboat incident feeling like no? It's going.
Right after that riverboat.
Donnie. Such a performer, yeah.
Do we have a chair? Do we have a chair?
Anybody else on that? What you want to do? Energy today?
Yeah.
Run up and get done up today. A chair is not a chair.
A chair is not a chair.
What?
Nobody's sitting there.
Even if nobody's sitting there. Down by the river.
Yeah.
Okey doke.
What did Tina Turner
Right
say?
there.
Tina Turner said,
Let me see the middle
Rolling.
angle.
Rolling.
Rolling. That proud
Nah,
Mary.
keep going, middle angle.
Except they had the Harriet Tubman.
You're gonna have to slide.
I'm feeling real black on today.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, Dave.
When my power came back on yesterday,
Zoom in
it
on
was like
that.
a lot.
Reese, let's come up and zoom in a little bit.
There is a whole Alabama riverboat playlist. Look at the songs on this playlist. Yo, when they play Luther Vandross, The Chair is Move, get out the way. Run up and get done up.
My bad. I'm sorry. Thank you for watching it for me.
That's good, babe. Oh my God. Hey!
This is the Alabama.
This is the Alabama Riverboat playlist, y'all.
Oh my God.
It's lit. If y'all got iPhones, I'll drop the link in airdrop.
Yeah, drop
This
that.
is lit.
Drop it. Drop
You
it.
gotta appreciate a little cursing though, because it's ratchet.
I really like your hair like that.
You do? Thank you.
And I like your bangs too.
Yeah. Listen, me and George Ashenholm was going through this list yesterday. Not fight night.
That's hilarious.
I have been. Oh wait, not this one though. It took me out. Do you hear me?
Oh my gosh. I love me some black people. I ain't gonna lie to
I hear you now. Let's go ahead and
Upside
hit a
down,
note.
say oops, upside.
you. All right, let's get this party started, man.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Now you guys know what motivates me every morning. The Riverboat playlist, all right? Thanks. Oh, that's exactly what it's for. It's an amazing workout playlist. Dave, I tapped my edges up last night so you can get that
Good.
part. You don't want a video of that?
No, of course not.
It was a little
Nothing to talk about.
crunchy back here, because I work out.
Crunchy.
He wouldn't understand with that. He doesn't understand how to manage workouts or a hairline.
I can
So
oh wow.
I know.
no, it was.
You
it
see
was,
what I'm saying?
It was very necessary.
Why is it necessary? What did I do to you? What did I ever do to you?
You tried to put the kitchen on the
No, I
Instagram.
Did. I mean, it's Instagram.
He said some of your texture don't match.
But I wasn't saying it to embarrass you in
All
front of a whole bunch of
textures are
people.
not created equally. He get in the back of my head right here, like some of that texture don't
I
go
didn't
together.
know if you knew, so I was just.
On Instagram.
I did. Are we ready?
He don't come around enough because he waiting for us to fight. He looking like, yo, are we laughing here? Is this a laughable moment?
Gosh.
Absolutely laughable.
All right, y'all in here, man.
Yeah, we here.
Give it up for y'all for being in here.
You didn't give a motivational speech though.
I did actually. I walked into Nuck If You Buck. Look, the energy we on today,
You normally give like a You normally come in with a whole like
What's your
presentation.
son's name? Tyreek and I started it off on the walk down the hall. And and then when I walked in, you guys kind of like stared.
Welcome to another edition of the Social Proof Podcast. Make some noise. You guys are in the building. Yeah.
So the angle that you chose to show there, Reese, without also showing this angle, makes it look like we've got like studio noise pre-recorded.
We just don't have another camera right.
Oh, we don't have the camera for that side?
Nope.
Gotcha. All right. Well,
How you feeling?
I feel amazing. My energy is through the roof today.
Yes. Why?
Yeah. Well, we just kind of,
Your people overcame.
my people overcame. I'm feeling real 100% black owned today. All right. Our people fought back for the first time.
Yeah.
You know what made me so happy about this incident? And for clarity, we're not racist, right? We're gonna say what they say. I got a bunch of white friends.
I got plenty of white
I
friends.
got plenty of white friends. Ask my boy Zach. But the truth of the matter is, like, people been real comfortable putting their hands on black people over the last couple of years. Like, period, since the beginning of the time, right? But in our generation, in our lifetime, people been real comfortable putting their hands on black people lately. And what made me so proud wasn't really the ass whipping that was delivered, because one was delivered. What made me so proud was that 16-year-old boy who jumped off that boat and swam through that river and said, "What's up? What's good? What we doing?" Because it's not on my time, not on my watch. Love it.
Man, I think it was. We're not condoning violence, but I
No.
think it was impressive that people come together when they see something wrong.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, well, let me ask you this question: If it was a black person fighting a white security guard, what do you think would have happened?
He would have, if it was a black person fighting a white security guard, if the security guard was armed, he'd probably be dead. Yeah. And what I also appreciate about this moment is not one single black man had to draw a weapon to make it clear, like, run up and get done
Hey,
up.
that chair.
Run up and
that
get
chair is a weapon.
Run up that.
I saw the picture of Malcolm X when he was looking out the window.
Yes, and
with
he had that chair in the background. Listen, y'all, I have the whole playlist for the Alabama. Somebody took their time and put like 55 songs on a playlist and called it the Alabama Riverboat playlist. And when I tell you that thing got me real energetic, it got me real active this morning. I walked in playing it. But yeah, we didn't have to draw any weapons. It was just like, yo, did you see the one meme clip where the ladies of what was the Avengers woman movie? I Am King? Woman King, where they had the clip from Woman King with the three women kind of all walking through the shadows, and then Nuck If You Buck came on, and the white Avenger dude, whoever he is, I don't know their names, is like looking kind of scared.
Racist.
No, and then the black Avenger dude, Black Panther, comes out, he looking like, yeah, Nuck If You Buck if you want to. Like, if you what we doing today? Yes, no, we're not a racist, but I was very proud to see our people fight back, because too many times we have been holding the phone, standing on the sideline, talking about call the police, who never really, and the police was marching right behind them. Even it was white and black
see that
officers.
video.
It was white and black officers like, we're gonna let this play out how it play out. It wasn't until Unc got real flex with that chair, like, because we're not going to condemn anybody who was protecting anybody, right? But when he did the woman who was on the ground with the chair, like, he blacked out. It was then that the arrest started to happen. It was at that point that the arrest started to happen. But shout out to our people, y'all.
Yeah, for sure.
shout out specifically to courageous men and women who are not going to just sit by anymore and let this stuff happen. Like, shout out to those people who are not gonna, because it was really at one point like 5-6 plus against the security guard.
For
like
sure.
they came in donkey
bunch of 'em,
kicking and boy, look, y'all did
This is
good.
wild. This
Y'all
is
did
wild.
good.
I wonder, what would you have done? Put
You
yourself
already-
in a situation. I mean,
If was I on the dock?
if you was on a dock,
You already know I'm throwing hands.
would you throw hands?
For sure. Yeah. So I can't sit around and now if the security guard was winning, no. But the moment that I saw a woman tag me in. Let's get it. Like, I'm probably not fighting men. I would probably try to stop it, right? If it's men, I'm probably trying to break it up. But the moment Lil Susie and Lil Karen jump in, tag me in.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you're not gonna be jumping somebody in my presence
Yeah,
as a
for sure.
woman. Like, that's not even your place. Girl, sit down. Let me save your life. Like, you take my behind whipping, not his.
Yeah. I think the bravest person there, though, was the first person that came when it's like 6 or 7 on the one guy,
Yes.
and one guy rolls up. And it's not like he's over there swinging. He's like, yo, just get off the guy.
Get off.
You know what I mean?
He started swinging though.
For sure. Because I think he probably got hit first. And
He
he's
got
like,
hit.
all right, this is what we doing.
And that's what it was. If you pay attention to the video, it was a rush up. Like, the security guard was rushed by people who were fighting him, right? They weren't trying to, there was one guy, I think, trying to stop it. But the people who rushed him, they came rushing, attacking.
Yeah, for sure.
When the black people got involved, that one guy who came from the top down that ramp, he was trying to separate it. And even when you see the angle of the 3 bigger guys like running up, they were running up like, what's up? They didn't run up fist blazing first. They reacted to, oh, this is what we're doing?
Yeah.
Okay, well then we'll show you guys how to rumble on the river.
You know who I feel sorry for? The white guy who wasn't on anybody's side that maybe tried to break it up and do the right thing.
It was the first white guy.
He probably got caught too. Like, you think of somebody, it's like if you're a black running down, if you're white, you're getting hit by a black person.
Period.
But I'm sure there was somebody in there that was like, no, this is wrong. Y'all shouldn't be jumping the guy. And he caught a bad one too.
Yeah,
just by being the wrong color.
I did see a white guy.
You feel me? I feel
saw-
bad for that person.
I saw a white guy trying to separate the situation. But a couple of funny things happened. When I saw those 2 white men jump in the river to avoid getting they behind beat,
Did they escape disaster?
they escaped the disaster. Like, because what they did, they ran up with full audacity, right? They ran up like, what's up, guys? You don't want any of this. And there's, throwing their punches and stuff. And when they caught contact from those first set of hands,
So there were people jumping in the river.
they jumped in the river.
I didn't see that.
They jumped in do you hear me? I will find that clip. They jumped in the river and I thought it was so funny. But what I also feel bad for is that the security guard himself isn't getting the attention, because before he started getting jumped, he was handling his business. He was absolutely handling his business before he started getting jumped. And look, I mean, imagine how ratchet we have to be
I don't
for
know.
this
But
to be.
however, I think the security guard thought he was in a movie or something like
Yo,
that.
what
because
was the hat fling?
He threw his hat. I was like, oh, this what you want? Like, yo, you're not in a movie. My man slid my man. Shut up.
Yo.
And hit him. And then, but nah, he was fighting back. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? This isn't a performance. my
You just
friend.
got to see this room real quick. Play this one.
Hold on.
You gotta get to them tricks. Come on, get it.
Training video.
Hit the legs harder. Hit the legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yo.
Perfect. Go.
Yo, we.
Get back down. Get back down. Get back down. What'd you see? What'd you see? I ain't see nothing. That's what I'm talking about. Go.
Yo, we played entirely too
We
much.
play entirely too much. That's not the clip that I wanted to show you. But also, we got to shout out. This is the one that I'm talking about. Press play right there.
Okay.
Do that one right there. You got to see that. Yo.
Is enough, boy. Rough,
This is the clip. Hold on. So
Oh
we
my
also
gosh.
have to shout out though, because there have been a ton of white people who have been saying like enough is enough. Like I've seen a ton of them coming out and saying, what did you expect? Running up on a group. First of all, what did you expect attacking an innocent man who was just doing his job? I've been seeing that commentary a lot as well. And shout out to you guys too for finally saying like enough is enough.
Yeah. I think those people were universally wrong, white or black. You know what I
White
mean?
or black.
What do you think would happen if the security guard was white and it was like a gang of black people? He got shot. Like somebody's
For sure.
bringing out the guns. Like, golly, this is I have my feelings about the whole situation. I haven't defined the feelings just yet, but I do like the fact that we are coming to each other's aid when we see something wrong.
For sure.
I do like that.
Good, bad, or indifferent. Yes, for sure. So those people were just unquestionably wrong. And I think everybody saw the injustice there. But the gravity of the gravity of this happening in Alabama,
Oh yeah, for sure.
the offenders.
If it happened in New York, it wouldn't be.
It wouldn't be the same. The gravity of this happening in Alabama, the offenders specifically being from Selma, Alabama, business owners from Selma, Alabama, and the gravity of a black boy jumping off of a boat
Yeah, for sure.
in Alabama, climbing on top of a pier to hit some oppressors, because that's what they were in that moment.
Would you have jumped off the boat?
No, because I can't swim.
Me neither.
You would have lost me at the jump off. Oh.
Bunch of yelling, "Hey, help him!" I can't swim.
I can't swim.
Goodness
I can't swim.
gracious.
You can't even throw me a life raft and I'm jumping in the river. Not gonna happen. But if you can get me close to that dock,
You in there?
I'm in there. I'm in
Okay,
there.
okay.
On land, I got y'all. I'm not playing no games around water.
Yeah. Anything else happening in the world? In your world?
In my world, there's so much happening just in the world. So, I am on a mad dash to find a place to live.
Yes.
So I get a text message last week from my landlord that says, hey, do you have any ideas about what you want to do with the lease? Your lease is up at the end of this month. I'm like, this month? I'm thinking, because I've been casually searching for property all year, thinking that I can't make a move until like September because I thought my lease was up in October, right? So my lease is up. They want to raise the rent $400 to a ridiculous number, right? Well, it's not ridiculous, but it is ridiculous for me. And I have been wanting to leave this condo for at least 2 years. Like, it's not my vibe. I moved into that condo because I've lived in 4 different places in that building, and I had to move because the previous unit had sold that I was renting, and it was the only thing available. It was always supposed to be temporary, like so temporary that I never even decorated this particular condo. So anyway, I've been on this mad dash, and people are asking, why are you renting? Don't you have money? Yes, renting is my lifestyle, okay? I'm not one of those. I own property too. In fact, I own a condo in that very same building. My mother lives there. I am not one of those people that feel like renting is a waste of money if you have a plan. For me, purchasing at this point, the type of property that I want to purchase requires that I increase my price range a whole lot more, because now we have to factor in a different type of security, a different type of neighborhood, and all of that.
What do you want to give? Just enlighten me.
Where do I want to live?
What's your ideal? The thing that where you really, really desire, if money was no object, because
Where would I live? Paces Ferry. That's different.
Paces Ferry is different.
Paces Ferry is different. Yeah,
Gated
I would.
homes.
Yeah, they're
Or
they're
levels,
not even
elevators and
gated.
all that.
They're gated, and climb that gate if you want to. Right. Paces Ferry would be ideal for me, but right now I live in Midtown now. I want to either stay in the Midtown or Sandy Springs area. I am considering, I manifest, like I actualize everything that I manifest. Living in the condo building, like I told my story, check out episode 49 of Social Proof Podcast, where I told my story about how we got into that condo building. But it was a manifestation of Deja being a little girl saying, Mommy, I want to live in a hotel. based on this Disney show that she used to watch, right? And we did it. I've always wanted to live in a rooftop, a townhome with a rooftop. So now we're looking at some townhomes with rooftops. But let me say this. I've been in my building for 9 years. I haven't been outside in these real estate residential streets.
It's different.
Yo, when did rent starting with a 5? Because now I'm thinking about, and you raised a good point, like, why don't you just stay in your current situation and just pay the $4,000, right? Mm-hmm. But I've really outgrown that space. I feel super trapped in that space. I can't move. Like, the space is so small and I feel so trapped that it feels cluttered. Like there's stuff just everywhere hidden in corners. So I got to get out of that space. But I didn't know that like $5,000 to start. We went and toured this 3-bedroom condo, me and Deja, yesterday, $5,700. And it didn't even come with a dining room. 3 bedrooms. So basically they sacrificed the dining room space to accommodate a 3rd bedroom. You want me to be paying y'all $5,700 and I don't have a designated place to eat?
Yeah. So what do we do now? I mean, so this happened the other day where you were looking at a place to live and then somebody runs up on you and you immediately
out of that.
Yeah.
So I pull up I asked my friends, I saw my friends posting, well, my former client, who's like a friend, I saw her and her husband posting these amazing views that was obviously a condo, because I know the condo life, but I keep seeing stairs in the background. So I'm like, yo, what building is this? Where do you live? Stairs in your condo? That's not a penthouse? And they tell me, and so I go over to take a look. I pull up right in front, and this young lady is walking with her boyfriend and she's like, hey, excuse me. Do you love your car? And I'm like, yeah, I do. Oh, okay, because my cousin is looking for a car just like this. And, you know, they really just came out and released in the United States. And she was wondering if it was a good car. I'm like, oh yeah, I love my car. Your girl pulls her phone out, puts her video on, and she's like, hey, I just wanted to tell you that if Donnie Wiggins from the Social Proof Podcast is validating this car, get the car, girl, get the car.
I can't stay here.
I can't stay here. I was like, oh my God, do you live here? And she's like, yeah. So I go in because, I go in. And the moment that the security told me that anybody, right now the building that I live in, you can only get to the floor that you live on. And so when the security was, that's the first question I ask in a condo building, can every resident get to every floor? And in that building, they said yes. And I said, have a good day. Have a good day. Because, here's the other thing. I can't say that on air.
Maybe.
About to get me canceled. I just...
what is it? I mean,
no, you're not about to get me canceled.
You wouldn't get canceled.
I can't be canceled. You see this right here? Invested in myself.
Hey, listen, it'd be the black people would cancel it.
It'd be the black people trying, and then I'll just come back. I know how to build business. Yeah. Listen, y'all try to cancel me, anything publicly, I will come back with an Amazon drop shipping store you don't even know I own. Okay, like, do whatever you want, have fun.
One of the challenges about obviously like who you are and exposure, is you have to think about things that people normally wouldn't have to think about.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So especially if you want to live in the city and being a woman, right? So it's not just about finding a good place. It's like, do people see me? Do they know me? Do they know where I live?
Yeah.
And I think that would probably be a challenge.
And so with where I live now, if there were the larger floor plan available, it would be a no-brainer to just move there because I'm never really in the lobby, but all the who's who live in my building. So none of us want to be seen and tagged on Instagram, right? And that's really important. Like everybody who is popping, like in the condo life, they're pretty much in my building, or there's like 3 buildings out of all of the buildings in Atlanta that you can have that kind of lifestyle at. But in this particular community, like as soon as she did that, it wasn't necessarily that she recognized me. It was that she was so comfortable. She put it on her Instagram. And I have seen people like Kiana Watson has her new office in Buckhead. I have seen people like she's filming from one of her office windows, and you can see a business sign in the background, and somebody literally took a picture and Google searched the image and said, oh, that's where you are. And it's like, if she's not putting it out there, it's for a reason. Like, why would you do that? And so when she took that video, the first thing I thought about was that. And if you Google search this image, there's pictures of that lobby all over the internet, and this building isn't as secure as the one that I live in. I'm good. Because now you don't just worry about the residents that live in the building if they can access every floor. I got to worry about your guest. Yeah. Like, you have people and you send them out the door to like just leave and they can get up on any floor. I can't stay there.
Yeah, I think celebrity creates somewhat of a cage. Like, we were talking about it the other day. Think about Beyonce and the life she lives. Do you want to be Beyonce? Like, you can't just, she probably misses going to the mall so much.
Yeah.
Or just going out to get some pizza, or just being out without some big brolic man with a gun surrounding her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or she doesn't, and maybe because we don't understand it, it's just this blissful life of peace and serenity. I don't know. No. But I don't know if it's like, yo, you want to be lit, you want to make some money, but do you want that popularity to put you in a cage?
Yeah, and this isn't even like, we don't even have, Beyonce has global recognition, right? Sure. And I guess in sense, we have people in the UK and Nigeria, and we have global recognition, but it's not like, it's like our 3 people over in the UK to her millions of people over to the UK, right? So it's very it's giving D-lister, right? Like, maybe I'm a C-lister. I don't know. Let's see.
I go D.
You go with D? Okay. Yeah. So it's giving real D-lister. I couldn't imagine being an A-lister, and nor do I think I want that for myself. Like, you have to think about so much. We found this fly townhome yesterday. It got everything, all the pieces. And I can't even focus on the floor plan. I'm looking at the schematics. Like, I'm looking at, how do you enter? Okay, if I'm pulling in late at night, who can see me? Blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm looking at all those things because general population means no harm. But I've, just been in restaurants and you don't even know people see you, and they're taking videos of you and they're posting it on social media. And, I'm a person who, I don't post anywhere I don't post where I go regularly. So you can't say that I'm in the same place every time, a particular frequency. And I don't post where I am in real time, unless there's like security that can take me to, people like at the conference, right? Of course, we can't help that. That's real time. But just me casually living my life, me and my daughter hanging out. So now that I know that happens, your neighbors will get excited and they'll be like, oh, Donnie's taking groceries out of her car. Ma'am, are you kidding me? Right? So you have to, it's not just about finding a nice home. It's, where am I going to find a home where I feel safe, where I am around other people who have the same concerns. Yeah. We're all kind of on the same page. So it's been difficult. But this building, shout out to this building, Novel in Atlanta. Yo, that building is lit. Yeah. You said that you want to own a condo in the city. Well, you can't own there. You can only rent. That's the best building that I've seen, but that's the one that's like 5,700 with no dining room in their 3-bedroom. Yeah.
Well, okay. You'll find, you won't be homeless. Okay.
I won't be homeless because I'll be calling Dre like, can you guys make space in the basement for me?
Yeah, absolutely. For sure. We got an in-house babysitter. That's lit. We just completed, you got a spot. Come on, pull up. Just completed Podcast Summit.
Just completed
Podcast Summit.
Were any of y'all at Podcast Summit?
Yeah.
I knew that. That's why I asked.
It was quite an experience, man. Was it good? Did you enjoy yourselves? Man, it took so much. It took a lot to put on. What was it?
I was trying to find out why only one person over here was there.
Oh, first off, Olivia be at everything.
Olivia
she be in the building. Everything. Okay, she is moving and shaking. Mm-hmm. But it was an incredible experience. It's a lot different than general success events, though. or you know, like you have, and I've been doing them forever.
Flex.
Where it's I'm just saying where you have, you know, you got real estate, and you got stocks, and you got mindset, you got like different topics. It was kind of challenging putting it together, wondering if people care.
Just for podcasting.
Yeah, specifically for podcasting. But I saw something even last year when we did Black Equity Con. Everybody had an amazing event, but I'm seeing everybody it's like the flyer, a bunch of people that are at a bunch of events, right? It's almost like copy and paste. You get the same people to speak at the same events. It's just hosted by a different person. And I started seeing it, and I'm like, well, I want to do something different. For one, InvestFest is owning the event space because they get everybody. It's not the same 9 or 10 people. They've got everybody, and it's an experience. And they got the people that we are like. I can't get. Am I gonna get Diddy? Can we get Diddy at the podcast summit? No, who's got $500,000 for that? You know what I mean?
Is that his number?
Tyler, I don't probably, or Tyler Perry, or you know what I mean? But I'm seeing it, and I'm thinking to myself, how can we do something different? When everyone goes right, we go left. I actually told Terica the same thing. I said, yo, I want you to do a real estate focused event. Like, let's start niching down, like real estate, podcasting. Let's do an event specifically for coaches. Let's do an event specifically for people who are in the restaurant space. And it takes a little while to build. It takes longer to build because you got to find your tribe of people that are into that. But it was a good experience, and I want to continue to do niche stuff.
I agree. People proved that they cared.
Yeah.
The event was packed out. Everybody stayed. And the other potential hindrance was not just about do people care enough about the podcast space to attend, but this event was on a Sunday and Monday. Do people care enough to be there and take away a business day from their business or to take off work, right? To be there. And people were there. People were there on Tuesday when I was just sitting. I thought I could just sit in the lobby and just like chill, just me and my dog. I saw you, didn't I? I saw you. I cut you in line. Didn't I cut you in line? Yeah. I was trying to get my room key fixed, and I'm like, yo, there's no way I'm standing in that line.
Yeah.
So I thought lobby was lit.
Yeah.
Lobby was lit. I saw you.
A lot of things.
First of all, y'all got something going on? Are y'all dating? Yeah, we
Do
are.
y'all have something going on?
Are y'all
you guys dating?
I can tell by your face.
Yes. Hello. Give him a round of applause. Okay. First off, is this a social proof love
Connection.
story?
This is a social proof connection.
I never even put it together. I just thought y'all be pulling up around the same time. Well, look at y'all.
Because when I saw them kind of like at the summit, but they weren't trying to be together at the summit, but they together. And I've been that girl before. Like, we together, but we ain't together. It's a little distance. So I was you. I've been you before. So I know, right? So they're trying to play it off because they don't want to put their business out there. But I'm like, oh, she's doing that move I would have done.
Well,
they're together.
Well.
And so when
look at this.
Look, when I asked him, he was checking out, and I said, what time's your flight? He's like, oh, we drove. I said, from Atlanta to Miami?
We drove.
I said, he said, I drove. I said, from Atlanta to Miami? He's like, yeah, a couple of us just got together and decided to drive.
Who all went?
And look at who I see with her little bags in the lobby. I'm like, oh, a couple of y'all, huh? Did y'all pull over on the road, on the way?
Why would they pull over?
To rest.
Because that's something you would do?
Because that's the only reason I'm driving from Atlanta to Miami.
Wow.
Oh.
Hold on. Was you?
Sorry.
Oh, did you meet somebody? No? Not absolutely. At the mastermind, you was giving, y'all had some energy, kind of.
I was going to say, she has no problem meeting people.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I ain't mad at that.
She has no problem. But I'm excited for you guys. Like, when did this start? Because have y'all been riding under our nose all this time?
Can we get them a camera?
How long has this been going on, Miss Toya? Like,
Y'all
what we doing?
Y'all want to talk about it? Hold on. How
Talk
long?
about everything else. You didn't tell me about Bay.
Hold on real quick. Okay, so, all right, guys, we're going to get into some valuable information at some point. But this is this is nice. And I'm going to ask how it happened and like, okay, let's interview them.
Well, and it's important because single entrepreneurs have the hardest time finding people who they believe are on their level or that is qualified to support them or support the lifestyle. So tell us all your business.
Yeah, how did it happen?
I'm Latoya, owner of All Fat Physicians.
Hold it still. Hold it still.
I know, calm down. She nervous. She like, I'm the owner.
I'm going to get Donnie in tomorrow's Q&A. Trust me, we talking about...
You nervous? All right, go ahead.
Latoya, owner of All Fat Physicians. We met in October and
Where at?
was
Where'd y'all meet?
your event. What's the event?
Mike's not on? Okay. All right. So y'all met at the morning meetup event in October. Okay. Hold on. No, that wasn't.
That wasn't the...
27.
Oh, what time?
Oh,
what
it's
time
real.
was it?
You remember the date?
time
Oh
was
my gosh.
It was lunchtime.
It was, we know the date.
Tell the
and
story,
hour.
Fred. Tell the story. Tell the story how it
Pass the
happened.
mic. Pass the mic.
Ready for that shit?
Let Bay stand up for this.
Come on, babe.
Okay.
told us to get to know some people.
Oh.
We were all, talking. There was a gang of us, well, in a circle or whatever, and I kind of just intercepted the circle. We just got to talking, and then you know how sometimes the group kind of splits up.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what happened, and me and her just ended up talking, and it was just business.
So October to June, it's all business. And then when did it turn from business?
I think he made a comment.
Come on, stop being nervous. Come on.
I think he made a comment about something.
Hold the mic still, please.
She is it.
Are you nervous? Like, are you blushing? Is this...
No, I can start to move.
Oh, yeah, you can't with the mic, though.
That's why I like you.
That's why he like... Oh! Okay, wait. What was the turning moment that said, oh, this could be Bay?
He commented me in the studio about how I was giving mad value to people just because. Wanting something back from them.
And then he said,
how did
should
you
go to
receive
lunch?
that?
That he was watching me.
Ooh.
Okay. And then did he just ask you to lunch or something?
Tell me more.
I think I was giving him some information about real estate, and then we got connected on real estate, and then we started noticing common interest in business.
What was the moment where I decide I like you, you like me, let's hang out? What was that moment?
I think we started talking about each other's dating lives. Like, so are you dating? Are you dating? And we just share experiences.
What was the moment that you decided you wanted to put your hands on him?
Donnie.
Because we're doing a whole lot of like, we had some common interest in business, and we were talking, and I gave him some
And
real
how
estate
did we get to
value.
putting hands on people?
When did you get to the point where you said, okay, he can get it?
He can get what?
I'm not going there with you. Y'all know what I mean.
date.
At what point did it turn into like, oh, this is not a business. He can get it.
When he told me his vision and it matched mine.
Ooh! Okay, perfect. But for you though, at what point did you say, she can get it?
Get what?
Whatever.
It was Saturday, July the
This is too much. This is doing too much.
God, hold on real
my
quick.
gosh.
God, I see what you're doing for others. You got men out here remembering the time, the day, and the hour. Proceed.
Saturday, July the 8th. I was kind of putting the clues together, and I was at the barbershop cutting a friend of mine that I know from back in New York. We met back in 2002. So that's my boy. You know what I'm saying? I could talk to him about anything. And I'm kind of putting clues together. I'm like, I've been, talking with a business partner of mine. I said, bro, I think she liked me. And he was like, how can you tell? So I'm just sharing all the clues. And he like, oh yeah, I said, but she's like, we were supposed to talk on Monday. She's gonna tell me about some guy that she likes or whatever the case may be. I said, I think I kind of hope it's me.
I
Hey God,
So sweet.
it's me again.
That's when I realized.
Hey, putting my white flag in there.
That's when I realized, like, yeah, you know,
Do you cut her hair now?
yeah.
Oh, y'all serious. Y'all
this
serious.
is so
You trust him with the
beautiful.
hairline, sis. I love this for you.
So beautiful.
I knew that your energy had calmed a little. You just sit there and, you know, you're smiling all the time. You got your skin hydrated and popping. Like, I knew something had changed, but Miami, when he said a couple of us drove up, y'all trying to play right under my nose.
Is it like official? Do y'all have an official title or anything?
If not, they do now.
We are courting each other.
You're courting each other. Okay. So hold on. That's not.
Is that
exclusive.
love? Is that
It's not love.
exclusive? Like, have y'all said I love you yet? Give it up for love.
So okay,
So that's
hold on.
not courting,
so
is
that's
it?
past courting. Just I love you,
Yeah.
Well, I believe
or
a
maybe I
relationship
love you
doesn't
doesn't
start.
mean what it used to mean.
I got love. People be saying I love you when really they just got love for you.
Yes,
We're not people.
we're not people. Okay. So who's the? Okay, I don't want to get into that, but you guys aren't putting a title of we're an exclusive relationship. You're just courting each other. Yes.
We are exclusive, just the way we communicate, because people want to think what they think,
Right.
but we are exclusive.
Are you exclusive, Fred? Yeah. Okay.
Wait, Fred said he. Oh, he said, let me get the mic on that.
Exclusive and waiting.
For what?
We talked about that
Dear
Waiting
God,
for what?
when you told us to stop giving up your body to folks.
Oh, so y'all ain't bumping and grinding.
We waited. This is real.
Father,
This is real.
Father, do you hear me? I humbly come to you today. I'm looking for my king who is exclusive and waiting. Exclusive and waiting. Not waiting too long, but waiting.
You probably gonna corrupt my man. He gonna be trying to wait. And you like,
I am-
nope.
My daughter is in the room, okay? As well as my bonus daughter.
Okay.
God give me the king who is exclusive waiting, and he grabs the mic to tell the world he's proud of it. In fact, congratulations to you guys.
So, any plans on how do you do that? You guys, how do you do that? Do you get?
You've never done that?
No, I'm just saying. Like, what do you? How long do you wait? Is there a feeling that you're waiting for? Is there
that's good.
a plan? As we're saying, you know, ideally, I want to move forward by the end of this year. Married. I got married in 6 months.
Also, I know some people who are waiting for but they ain't waiting.
What was you doing, James? I'm waiting for the what? Cause it was something like this.
It was not.
What do you mean?
I know some people who are waiting, but they fool around.
Now, how does that waiting?
Well, because they're not like, there's no insertion. Y'all know, first of all, this is an entrepreneurship podcast and we are family friendly. But you were saying that
You
they
use
have no
words like
boundaries.
insertion.
Insertion was better than what you were doing. You get on my
Well,
nerves.
congratulations, y'all. We're
No,
happy
I
for
really
you all.
want to know how. Like, what are we waiting for?
So, why don't y'all just get married?
In time.
What are you waiting for, though?
You don't just rush into anything, including business, and that's how we look at our personal lives. So we just get married when things are not. So foundation, the foundation is not strong enough yet for.
Like,
The foundation is not strong enough yet for a marriage.
some stuff you don't
We're
like about
building
him right now.
Correct. We're building.
What are 2 or 3 things that need to be in place before you decide to get married?
Real estate.
What does that mean? Like a home
I need to
together,
own- I
or
need- no, separately. He needs to have his own properties. I got to have my own properties.
how many
4
each?
multiplex.
So wait, y'all gotta have a multi-family property before marriage is on the table?
For our relationship, yes.
Dang. What if there's none available?
Oh,
There will be some available because that's just how we are. But also we both have children, so that has to be another conversation.
Ooh,
So the podcast summit.
no. I think that is quite 4 properties. Meaning, you said 4 apiece or 2 apiece?
Just multi-properties, multiplexes, or it could be he can have a 6-unit, I can have a 12-unit.
Dang. So you gotta have doors before you'll marry this man.
What
Why?
does that have to do with marriage?
Marriage is a business, relationships is a business, and I look at leverage as everything. So I can be non-intentional or I can be intentional. And I am divorced and I've been married before, and his vision was a 9-to-5 job, regular. I didn't have to work, but I
But-
want abundance of life.
You did not get divorced because y'all didn't have a bunch of property, though.
Yes, we got divorced because he was fine making $80,000 a year, and I said, for me, I want more as far as business goes.
Well, that's
But y'all
who
are
the
already
person
both
is. That's not
entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about my first husband.
Yeah, but here y'all are already both entrepreneurs.
Right, but he's not comfortable in where he is, and nor am I.
So why
we
wouldn't it
both.
then just be when we have this financially independent, when we can bring this independently to the table?
That's what
why
I'm
is
talking
it
about.
doors?
We decided that.
So if he makes $1 million next year and has 0 doors, still can't marry him.
Oh, ain't no way. Ain't no way I'm having
Mike,
$1 million.
Mike.
Ain't no way I'm having $1 million and no doors.
Oh, it's a way.
Oh, it's a way.
It's a way.
I went to the Property Challenge live, right? Plug. But I went to the Property Challenge live. So what I learned there's no way I'm going to have $1 million and have no doors.
Well, there really is a way.
For sure.
For
and
sure.
having $1 million and making $1 million, 2 totally different conversations.
Yeah.
So, go ahead. I'm sorry.
There are people who make less than $50,000 annually that has 4 doors, right? From their business. Doors may just be paying for themselves or whatever the case may be. So it's just an odd, kind of prerequisite. So if you make $1 million, if I gave you $1 million, Toya, if I gave you $1 million and you have that money, is that not enough financial, like it's free and clear. Is that not enough financial stability for you to say, without the doors, I'll marry you?
It's not about financial doors, it's about the dream. So if he doesn't want to fulfill his dream before me, then that means he doesn't care about himself. So if you can't care about you and your access, then you don't care about mine either.
That doesn't make sense.
At all.
That doesn't make sense. Yo,
It doesn't make sense to you all, but to us it does.
Does it make sense to anybody else in here?
Okay. I can understand your desire. I'm saying there is a possibility that you don't accomplish that specific dream.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'd have told my wife, I need to have X amount of property before we get married, we would not be married today. I wouldn't have these children that I have. We wouldn't have grown. And we are under the impression that, first off, y'all don't really know each other like that yet. And what might happen is he starts making this money, building these doors, and realize that you're not building yours and say, yo, I need to find somebody else that got some property.
Faster.
And oh my gosh, when a man get lit,
When
and a
he
man
get that
some
money, when a man gets some monies, when a man who was not previously satisfied with where he was financially gets satisfied with where he is financially, things change.
it's a different attention.
It's a different attention. It does, like, nothing changes about him. No looks change, no clothes change. But when they smell that money.
Let me tell
And
you.
he smells the money smellers.
Let me, and I don't know this for a fact, but this is my best guesstimation. So when I met my wife, I was already an entrepreneur. We got married 2018. I've been a full-time entrepreneur since 2012. And I'm doing okay, doing well. Accelerates 2020, 2021, but I'm already married for a period. If I would have waited to get to millionaire status, would I have been so eager to marry? I don't know.
Yeah.
Because now my friends, I'm in this friend group of people that are super successful and they're not married. And those conversations really dictate my thought process. So when I married my wife, my friends around me, they were married. And it wasn't like no 10 million, nothing like that. It was just like, we doing okay, we're married. Cool, we'll make it happen. But if I waited to get to my dream, would I be so quick to marry my wife and moving on how I feel? Probably not.
Yeah, because a lot of men start to believe like once I have all this, it doesn't make financial sense for me to get married, right? It's just, so I love that you guys have some goals, premarital goals, but like specific to 4 doors here and there, and that's going to be the deal. That's y'all's thing, but I would encourage you to think about what really matters in the marriage, right? What really, really matters. And it's not going to be those doors. It will never be those doors that matter. So it sounds like what matters is that you want a purpose-driven man and you want a purpose-driven woman. It also sounds like you want someone who's extremely ambitious. And so I think the proof and evidence of the ambition in your actions every single day is more of a realizable metric than make sure you got your multiplex.
And here's what we may not understand is that you doing it separately may be increasingly harder than you all coming together to start building an empire together. Because now you guys are separate trying to figure it out. But it's that basing your love life off of that type of metric is really, really challenging.
And it also sounds like, LaToya, you may be protecting yourself, saying, hey, I've been here, done that. I've been divorced before, and I want to protect my assets. So you get some assets first. I'll get some assets. These are ours in and outside of the marriage, and whatever we build together, we'll deal with that. But there's ways that you can protect, like y'all can still come together and create like a business. You can put it in a trust, create an operating agreement that says, we split everything 50-50, or we don't split. We split everything however we decide to split everything. You come in with what you came with, blah, 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 blah. Like you don't have to acquire these things before a marriage. There's so many ways to get around that. And I know that you guys may be far from marriage or not. Dave got married after 6 months of meeting his spouse, but
on Tinder.
Don't put yourself in a situation where you're creating like an impossibility for it. Sometimes we think we're being so smart that we're not being smart at all.
Yes, ma'am.
In a way, I could
Make sure it's close.
understand. In a way, I could understand what they're trying to say. I'm just wearing my mask because my husband is in the hospital. We were en route to Jamaica, and he got sick. They had to take him off the plane, land, and so he's at the hospital right now. So I met David and you at Terica's property challenge, but getting back to them, I've been married for a long time, and I could understand what they're saying because they don't want to lose the fire. If they get married right now, then they'll lose that fire to proceed to do what they have to do. So they sort of set this goal for each of themselves, and it doesn't have to be doors. It could be just successful business or whatever. But I agree with David in the sense you've got to do it together. You can't do it separately because remember in the Bible it says that 1 can kill 1,000, but 2 can kill tens of thousands. That's
good.
Now,
That's
you
wisdom
only do
talking.
this together, at least in my perspective, because I just finished this. Only do it together at least if you're engaged. Until then, you got your thing, he has his thing, and it can be a plan that you'll come together and build something. And you can come together and build something, but don't let it be the foundation of the relationship until at least you're engaged.
For sure. And all that stuff leaves, man. Houses, cars, monies, apartments.
All
I asked a
it
lot of
leaves.
major real estate investors in 2008 who had buildings, and they had to give them all back.
Yeah. Look, the property, the condo building that I told you I toured yesterday, that's everything. So I'm looking out of the window and there's this huge high rise. It's stunning. It's amazing. Right across the street from it or right across the parking lot. And you can see it from one of the windows. So I'm thinking, who can see in here? What's that building? And she's like, oh, well, that's actually our office complex. The developers of the property had this great idea that they would build a residential high rise right across from an office complex, and it's kind of like live workspace, and you rent out, like they're looking for like the CEO of, they're looking like for the CEO of the Social Proof podcast to live in this unit and rent out a whole floor, right, for their building. Well, turns out they have this beautiful asset with hundreds of doors inside of it, and the building has been 100% vacant for 3 years because they cannot get a tenant to take. That is not an asset necessarily for them. It's costing them. Today it's a liability. One day I'm sure it will be an asset, but today it's a liability. So you have to be really careful about how you're thinking about that, because you could have said, you got to own a building. Okay, they own that building. It's been empty for 3 years, and it's about a 35-story building in Midtown Atlanta, brand new from the ground. Somebody is bleeding right now.
Bleeding. Yep, for sure. Yeah, man. So, y'all, do y'all have property now? Do y'all anybody own property now?
I have one.
You got one? How long ago did you get that one?
In April.
In April this year? Okay, good. So getting the properties that you guys desire over the next however long, are you prepared to not touch nothing for a couple years? Just saying.
Absolutely.
Jesus.
He said absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
One of the books we were recently.
Latoya took a deep breath. He said his face is
3
absolutely.
years to
Latoya
not be
said,
cuddled. One of them almost lost it in Miami,
Fred
I am
was
sure.
convicted. Fred said, absolutely. Latoya took a, I'm gonna let you lead on this, but years?
We was just reading the book of Job, and part of what he was saying is, all the appointed days will I wait until my change comes. He trusted God, and with him trusting God, God gave him double of what he lost. And we both have lost things in the past, and we believe in trusting God and keeping him in the center. He's going to double everything that we've lost. But I think more important than anything else is the agreement. We're in agreement. We are together in this. It's not just her doing her thing and me doing my thing. We are together. So she's helping me with connections, resources, information that she has. I'm helping her with what I got. So we're bringing that to the table, and we are working together.
Hey, what
So
do
I
y'all do
believe
for
with that.
fun?
Read Job.
No, like tell me about the best fun y'all have had together that had nothing to do with business.
We probably talked for like 7 hours. We talked for probably 7 hours, just laughing and talking about our lives.
That's not fun. 7 hours? First off, if y'all got time to talk for 7 hours, neither one of y'all are going to get these buildings, okay? This is crazy. 7 hours? Doing what? What was y'all doing? What was y'all talking about for 7 hours?
Business? They were talking about business in
dreams?
Job.
All right. Oh, this is kind of in the line.
Is that
Kind of
the
in line.
funnest thing?
That's the funnest. The
Right
7
now,
hours?
it's just really just, we go out, we eat.
Action step. Here's what I want y'all to do. Over the next 7 days, I want you to have 2 gut-wrenching laughter, something situations that have not outside of the home, off of the phone. I want you guys to go to a place and have a freaking blast. I don't care if it's a cigar lounge, a jazz lounge. I don't care if y'all say, you know what, we finna go to the club on Bankhead and do it like for the 90s for the 1 time and the 2 time. I want you to do something that is dumb fun that you usually don't do. Go to Six Flags. Go tear the club up. Go do something that forces you to laugh and have activity for 2 or 3 hours. Do it. And
No
then
business?
no business.
Because y'all waiting for the other activity.
No
so like, y'all need to
business.
figure out something.
No
I didn't
business. Y'all go get on a track and like run together. Y'all go find an empty track and like go run 4x1, like whatever. Go race. Go climb Stone Mountain, race each other, but make a challenge of it.
That's too
not fun?
that's too much personal development.
That's personal
they're
development.
gonna be going up
it's
the
focused.
mountain
They're gonna be
talking
like
about Job and all
determination
that.
because
Yeah.
Job said
Job went up the mountain and all.
Job went up
So
the
look,
mountain and he gonna double it on the way down. Seriously, can y'all
Man.
commit to something fun? I'm not talking about going to a movie. I'm not talking about you can go to a movie and dinner too. I am talking about something that was like we laughed like children. Because both of y'all sit over there with this stoic look on. Well, I mean, we talked for 7 hours. I want y'all to laugh until you cry. Go to a comedy show. Do something that you don't normally do and be ready to report back on Wednesday.
That is a good idea. Let's clap that up for that. Are y'all going to do it?
Yes.
You got any ideas, Fred?
And you don't need a business plan to figure out what it is. Just invite her. Like, a good way to find things, like go on Groupon. You don't have to buy the Groupon because sometimes their terms and conditions are terrible, but go on Groupon and look for activities and then just get those activities.
I don't need to draw up a pitch deck.
You don't have to put a PowerPoint together.
You call and say, be ready at 7 o'clock and hang up the phone. When she called back, you don't even answer.
Period.
I said 7.
Then I'm gonna call back and I have to wear heels or sneakers.
Yeah, that's be ready, 7 o'clock, sneakers, t-shirt, hang up.
Hang up.
Do not respond to her text. You just pull up after that.
See why I ain't want everybody in my business?
Hey, we just helped your relationship,
We
though.
literally
Give
just
us a round of applause for helping their relationship. We helped y'all.
Now we're relationship coaches and influencers.
We're for sure.
Appreciate it.
There's been plenty of connections via the Social Proof podcast.
100%.
Plenty of connections. We are now actually relationship influencers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And now we just got to get. Hold on. Let's just focus on where we're at. Hey, listen. I had this question. No.
Y'all gonna sit over there and let him come for me? Y'all gonna sit over there and let him do what he doing? He said, now. We just gotta get what for
this is a
Donnie?
really good conversation. I didn't even say Donnie. But
I wouldn't mind if you said it.
So David said something in the hot seat, and I thought it was, he kind of glossed over it, and I was going to make a big deal about it, but I'm going to find another clip. But a man wanting to get financially stable before they find a wife, I don't know how good of an idea that is, but I hear it a lot.
Hold on, I need to put somebody on speakerphone so they can hear this conversation.
Who? What are you talking to?
Because you were going in a direction that I might agree with.
Okay. Oh, so you like crosswise?
I'll just send a link.
Okay.
Finish that thought, please. I'll be quiet.
Getting in a financial position before you, or getting to a certain level financially before you decide to date somebody, I don't know if that improves the relationship part of it because you're in a different financial position, especially as entrepreneurs. It actually, the more you have, the more you have to be concerned about, the more pressure outside of the relationship it creates. But if you are in a relationship with someone that you feel like you can build with, then they get to know who you are and they can kind of help with the stress and the pressure and things of that nature. So I don't know, but I hear it a lot. So maybe some people are.
It's a glare. We're at minute 58. This probably started around 57. Do me a favor, send that to me in a text. Send clip starting at minute marker 57. Here's the thing.
Why is that?
I got a couple of friends who should get this message. I do agree that a man should be, I feel like a man should feel like a man, right? Whatever that means to you. I don't feel like it's necessary for a man to be wealthy before he starts dating, but I do feel like a man should be comfortable dating the way he wants to date. Like, I feel like you should at least have enough to be able to take care of yourself and entertain a woman and take her on dates, do nice things, maybe take a trip every now and then. You should be in position to do that. But this whole idea of, I got to have it all figured out.
I got to reach the dream.
I got to reach the dream. Like, guys, honestly, and this isn't just my thought, it's floating all over the internet, and all the greats say this. A woman will take you to your next level. The key is picking the right woman, a woman who is capable of being an asset to you, not a liability to you. And if you are an ambitious man, you are on a track, you have these big visions, dreams, and goals, if you pick a woman who compliments you, not compliment with an I, compliment with an E, if you pick a woman who compliments you, you're unfamiliar? So compliment COMPLIMENT means like, you look nice today. Compliment, COMPLEMENT. You pulling out your phone?
Oh, go ahead.
Means that I add value to you in some kind of way.
I think somebody text me.
Somebody text you. Say compliment versus compliment. So if you choose a woman who compliments you, you will elevate at a much faster rate than you were able to do on your own. You will elevate beyond what you and your homeboys can put together. And that doesn't mean that you're not popping. That doesn't mean that you're not a man. That doesn't mean that you can't be a leader. It just means that you choose a woman who has some ideas, who has some resources, who has some connection, who has some relationships, because women are really the relationship makers. Women see the details in your big vision. Like the puzzle pieces are moving around. When Dave is talking to me about ideas, like he's talking to me about grand vision, but all the details are moving around in my head about how it has to happen. Women will take you to the next level. Get you a woman who compliments, who adds value, who has something to talk about. Stop chasing these fat asses and these BBLs and all of this stuff, and chase a woman who aligns with where you're trying to go. If that woman happens to have a fat ass, that's fine, right? But chase, I'm sorry, we're a social proof podcast. But get a woman that aligns with where you're trying to go, and that won't be an issue. You know, you shady, David.
Why?
Because you be having like him 500 on the podcast. His mouth is foul.
No,
5 is
not
gonna curse.
Not on the podcast. No, I'm just saying you just was in your bag. I'm just saying. I just
5 asked for permission. Yo, can I say that?
No.
But he says it anyway. And you don't be stopping him.
I 100% do.
You don't be you say 5. Come on, man. I guess that's what you just did to
me.
Donnie. Anyway, I said 3 curse words this whole episode, but the curse words were said because they were necessary.
Yes,
they were necessary. So anyway, get you a woman who compliments
cuss it up.
you.
Go ahead.
Look, let me tell you. Because give me the mic now. No, seriously, get you, and this goes for women too. I want us to stop chasing men for money. I want us to stop looking at men and saying, oh, he has a whole lot of money and he's attractive, let me date him. Ladies, let me tell you something. His money is not your money. And even when you his girl, his money ain't your money.
That money for the streets.
That money is for the streets. A lot of times, or it's for him. It's for him to allocate however he deems necessary. And you do not want to be a woman whose self-worth is based on what someone feels necessary to allocate to you.
Yo, and I think you got to be careful for the new money too.
Oh my God.
So if you have, that's why I said, even like in that time frame when I married my wife, I was like incrementally growing. So I know how to handle what I'm handling. Like it's not like anything extra coming my way. But if you find somebody where they reach the goal, like they get to that dream quickly, next year, next 2 years, there's some people that have never even looked at that man twice. Mm-hmm. But when he hop out that car, when that man knows he can do something, like I take any of y'all on a date and it's going to be a phenomenal date, your options expand. Mm-hmm. So it's better to create a union with somebody and you understand who they are and you start laying a foundation, because they're going to change a little bit. And you can bring them back and say, hold on, bro, 3 years ago,
don't forget,
you acting brand new.
Don't forget.
My boy said that his they was married for a little bit actually, and his wife wound up getting like a BBL.
Oh, she was for the streets after that.
And she didn't talk to him about it. Like she took out like a loan, put on a card. It was thousands of dollars. And he was like, yo, I'm going through real issues right now because she's going out more. This new thing that happened created a new person in this person.
Yeah.
So you're waiting for this man, or this man is saying, I'm waiting to get here before I get settled. No, they're going to have more options. It just don't work that way.
So it sounds like what we're saying is get your man pre-rich.
Yeah, you got to get him pre-rich.
You got to get him pre-rich, right?
On the come up.
On the come up. You want to get them on their way.
Yes.
But also, men, get your lady just a little chunky, like just a little love handle-ish, right? Get her pre summertime fine, right? Get people where all they have to offer you is like value, right? Because when you start throwing rich and fine on top of it, then you're gonna have other outside exterior elements that are gonna affect the union.
Yeah.
Even if I know plenty of people going through it right now. Oh, what happened? Oh, she got fined? Dang.
I know, got fine.
She got fined.
Hey, listen, you got to find somebody you can fall in love with where all of that other stuff doesn't matter, whether they have it or not.
Yeah.
You know, y'all are in this together and the other person is falling in love with you too. So if anything changes outside of what we have, the love is strong enough to remind us
The
this
friendship.
is who's been here.
You got to be
Absolutely.
friends with whoever you want to spend your life with, unless like marriage is a business, but marriage is also a friendship. It's also a union, right? Yeah. It's a union before it's a business. And it's important to be able to do business and do friendship and do life together. And I think that people are missing that right now. Like, I don't want to be married to somebody who's not my friend, because when the relationship is challenged, when the threats are there, when cheating happens, right? We got to fall back on this friendship and say, hey, how do we talk through this? When the building that's 35 stories high is empty, we got to fall back on this friendship and be able to have a conversation about it. When sickness comes into play, we got to be able to fall back on this friendship. So who out there is trying to be my friend?
Here's a strategy.
Joking.
Find somebody on the way up, have a couple kids in the midst. By the time they get there, it's a nice little strategy. I'm saying, have a couple kids.
Wait a minute. Donnie didn't say that, for the record.
I did.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. And
I love my wife. Where I'm going, I got mad kids. We good. We locked in.
listen,
Where am I
even
going?
if David loves his wife, they have an amazing marriage. But even if, like, there's some times that's just stressful and you be like, man, I don't know. Every married person on the planet feels like, I don't know. But when you have that friendship and you have these responsibilities now, it makes you know a little more than that person who just can freely walk away from you. Yeah. People don't want to lose their friends. And so many people are breaking up because you were never friends. You were attracted to each other. You had great energetic chemistry. You had great sexual chemistry. And y'all were able to talk about some goals, and now you're in love and all of this stuff. But where was the friendship? Where was the moment that I could confide in you? Where was the moment that I could lean on you for some solid advice and trust it? Where was the moment where I could cry and not be judged by you? Where was the moment where we could just sit out on the grass and we're just like looking at cars going by and we're laughing uncontrollably? Where are those moments where we have our inside jokes with each other? Where are those moments where we're talking about things and dreams and not other people? Like, those are the things that make relationships solid.
100%.
The buildings are additions to that. The money is an addition to that. Nobody wants to be married or in a relationship with anybody broke. That's the goal. Like, we're not gonna be broken in love. Yeah. We're not gonna be two individually broke people coming together and still being broke. Okay? We're not gonna do that. All right. But we're going to get money together. We're going to laugh together. We're going to entertain each other together. We're going to go through hard times together. We're going to love together. We're going to build a friendship together. Yeah. Friendship is more important than the love part. Men want to be respected and women want to be adored.
That's good. That's good. Okay, y'all got y'all dating advice? Find somebody on a come up, have a couple kids, and then actually, there's some times outside of the kids.
That's the most ignorant advice.
How is that ignorant?
You know how many baby mamas out there?
But it's harder to leave.
But we're not talking about baby mamas who got the rich dude.
For sure. So check this out.
Every marriage.
I'm sorry, Naya. You've had friction with your husband, right? You've had I don't know, Zell. He's just too happy. I don't know. But there have been times where there is some friction, and I'm upset. She's upset. I'm like, yo, I'm out. You out. But then you remember some of the times that y'all had, or you start having a conversation. Well, what's gonna happen with the kids? And you realize, I don't want my kids to be raised without me. I don't want to have to go visit. And it's these things that we built that create glue when it's easy to leave. But if you built something, not even like kids or houses and stuff like that, but if you had this foundation of good times, you can fall back on the 20 times that y'all laughed, and y'all can fall back on all these trips, and you remember the good times. When things get frustrating, you can rely, those are some of the things that are glued to keep you back. Like, you're gonna be mad for a day or so, but then you start remembering all of the good times. You're like, okay, that moment wasn't that bad.
And it makes for consistent conversation, like building a friendship about things, especially outside of business. Trust me, that sounds really attractive in the beginning. 4 years later, it don't. Trust me, okay? Trust me. It sounds really attractive, and I get it. Do business, but have more to talk about. It builds for great conversation because you don't want to end up being that couple that's out for date night on routine because you're serving the relationship and y'all the only ones in the restaurant not talking. You don't have anything to talk about because you agreed to put your phones down. You agreed not to talk business. And now you sitting there just eating your little spaghetti and meatballs.
Yep, because y'all spaghetti and meatballs.
Because I want some. Are you kidding me? We haven't gone to the Italian place. Oh, you got to go to the Italian place. Starts with an A. I'll give you the name of it. Preachy. It doesn't start with an A. It starts with a P. Preachy on Peachtree Street.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's not on Peachtree Street.
I'm
It's in
not
Buckhead.
spaghetti and meatballs, though.
Oh, they're spaghetti. But those are spaghetti
Child.
and meatballs that
I'm
you have
cool.
to have. You got to have these spaghetti and meatballs.
Grown man.
Spaghetti and meatballs. See, I knew.
Hold on. Did you know that?
Because she cooked it.
You made it? You ate her spaghetti, bro? It's a little early. A little early to be eating more spaghetti, my boy.
It's a little early to be doing saucy stuff. Like, you don't want them sauces got energy. It's because the more you got to stir that sauce, the more you got to season that sauce, the more you got to. Did you crush the tomatoes? Did you crush the tomatoes or did you pour it out the can?
Sweet what?
You lost. Swedish. So there was no sauce? Did you crush the tomatoes for your sauce?
Swedish meatballs have no tomatoes in it.
Oh.
It's a white sauce.
So it's not
Cheesy? Is it cheesy? Did you have to shred that? And did it
Hold
require
on.
some
Hold on.
stirring?
What color was the dish?
White.
White? That's
not spaghetti.
But he said his favorite. Y'all got
But
a lot to
it's
talk
like
about.
a fettuccine with
Y'all got a lot to talk
meatballs.
about more than apartment complexes.
Because it sounded like he told you what he wanted and you put your own. And
I
you
like
said, I'm going to make it the way
meatballs. You made Alfredo.
I'm going to give you an Alfredo with meatballs. How about that?
And he just, because he like you, like, oh, this is good.
What she said was, he likes spaghetti. All them other girls and cook them spaghetti. I'm going to elevate the experience. We're going Swedish.
We had spaghetti meatballs in Miami.
Oh, but she didn't make it. I wonder why.
Somebody else had to put that in front of you?
This is a sign.
That's a red flag like a mug.
You want something, and I'm going to give you what I want to give you.
Because to me, that's saying you don't want to love me in my love language. You want to love me in your love language.
Hey, is that what you're doing?
You see how deep this stuff goes?
It goes.
It gets
Hey,
real deep.
It's past apartments.
We're good.
We're good for the record, okay? Nothing to worry about here.
We need to get both of y'all on the hot seat. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. We gotta go. We
We have to go. Oh my God, we've been here a long time.
Absolutely. Hey, yo, thank y'all for tuning in.
Yeah. I believe that this evolved into a great conversation for entrepreneurs.
Yes.
We've given you guys a couple of things to think about. How big do you want it to grow? Because it's going to affect every,
He's being New York childish. Is that an important conversation for them? Because she won't know until wedding day.
She won't know. Oh my God. Pause, you guys. Pause for all of the immature people in the room and in the comments. How big do you want it to grow? Meaning how big do you want your personal brand or your business brand to grow? Because it will affect simple things like, where do I live? Where can I go? Yep. How do I date an entrepreneur? What things do I want to talk about? The importance of building outside of your business. Like, we gave you so much to talk about. Also, not being afraid to pick a niche and staying with it. Don't think that people won't come to you for your industry specifically. Just did the whole podcast summit. We gave you guys a lot, and I hope you read in between the lines. In the comments for me right now, wherever you're watching this, comment what stood out to you most. Was it staying in your niche? Was it growing it really big? or was it dating?
This guy's crazy.
Was it something about dating?
And where'd you get your shoes from?
Oh, these are from my favorite sneaker plug, Celebrity 409, I think it is.
Yeah, he just sent us some shoes. I'm really waiting on the next package.
I'm waiting on the next package. These are really dope. So everybody knows that I love J's. I specifically love ones.
409. Did you say 409?
409. Celebrity. Solebrity 409. And so he noticed that I love to wear ones. I also like dunks. I like a lot of stuff, but ones are what I wear the most of. And he picked the right ones for me. Not only did he do that, I was grateful because I had these on my feet before everybody else had their hands on them. And that's what he does. So any of y'all looking for a sneaker plug, I can vouch for Celebrity 409.
He got some stuff in his stories right now. This is crazy.
He got some stuff on his stories?
Dang, these are hard little Barbie dunks.
Because all I got to do is tell him.
Okay. Celebrity 409. Shouts out to you. Listen, man, like, subscribe, share this with somebody. We appreciate y'all. We out.
We are out.